playvibes.com. Really playing those vibes.
You're listening to Ask Patricia. Yes, you certainly are. Welcome back to our final hour here on the Ask Patricia show. It's Play Vibes, your platform for authentic creative expression. And as I have been promising you for the last 2 hours, we finally have my guest in the studio. Yes, Mr. Flip Fraser himself. Flip, good afternoon.
Hey, nice to be here.
Yeah, fantastic to finally meet you. I've seen lots of information about you. I've seen you all over the place. So to actually meet you in the flesh, it's a real privilege. And I've been telling our listeners about what you've been doing, of course, through the internationally acclaimed production, Black Heroes in the Hall of Fame. Now, do tell us just what really inspired you to get this off the ground.
Black Heroes was like a culmination of, things that I wanted to express.
Right.
About my pride in being who I was.
Oh, I love that, yes.
From I was a young man. And I had the opportunity to find that out,
Yes.
To discover that pride is what has been driving me since then. And Black Heroes was a chance to put that all together and express it.
Fantastic. I love the fact that you're saying that just as a young man you had that pride in who you were, but what informed that pride at that age?
Well, I think probably growing up in Jamaica helped.
Yes, okay.
Because, we were probably closer to the struggles that were going on in the civil rights movement.
Right.
Struggles that were going on in America. And we sort of lived that. Jamaica is not. We didn't have the same struggles in Jamaica, but
okay.
It was more open to us,
Okay.
And it influenced, the Black Power movement,
yes,
yes. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud.
Yes,
the
yes.
Afros,
okay.
The Black Panthers, the fighting for freedom, fighting the struggle. And I think that is what it was.
Yeah. Last week we had your colleague in here, of course, Kareem Jamal, and he did say that as a young man, what really brought that sense of pride was when his grandmother or his mum, I'm not quite sure, gave him a book about, that secret legacy or forgotten heroes. And we began to see people that looked like him, that had done amazing things and really made him have a sense of pride in who he was. But you're saying you got that same sense through maybe looking across the pond,
right.
What was happening in the Americas and it's your own people as well. But what do you think about people growing up here? Do you think young men have that same sense of pride?
Well, I actually came to England as a young teenager.
Really?
So I lived it here as well.
Right, a bit of both,
but,
right.
Yeah, but the exposure was not, the emphasis was not there. The emphasis was more on blending in, okay. being part of this new society that you're in, and
right.
Identity. At that time, I think it was more together.
Okay.
We were, we identified with each other,
right?
But we didn't really know our history. We didn't really know where we were coming from.
Exactly.
We just knew that we were the descendants of the struggle,
of the struggle,
and we're here, but. What was the struggle? Who was in the struggle? What caused the struggle? Things like that, I think, was not, it wasn't apparent unless
right.
you were more academically inclined,
right,
and got exposed to it. Probably like Kareem through a book.
Indeed, absolutely.
Through a book,
Yes.
I mean, I remember I had the inspiration for Black Heroes when I saw a full-size poster
okay.
of the King Hannibal.
Okay.
All his costume, with his sword, with his shield, and I was looking at this and I was thinking, damn, if I could just get this guy to talk, if I could just get him to tell me,
yes,
what he was going through.
Exactly.
And that was where I got that first nudge that, probably you could put something together where they could actually explain who they are.
Oh, I love that.
Because these posters were being used by Budweiser to promote the beer.
Okay.
And it was the series of Kings of Africa and Queens of Africa. That's what they were actually using.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I actually went to Milwaukee to an exhibition and I saw this full-size posters of the kings and queens of Africa.
Amazing.
In all the splendor, and all the glory. And I said, no, gotta get these guys to move, you know.
Oh, I love
And
that.
that was where the first injection.
Yeah. But I love the fact that you weren't just inspired on the spot, but you actually allowed the idea to germinate and to give it life and to act on it. That's so amazing.
Well, everything that I did, I mean, that was years before Heroes.
Sure.
I mean, but everything I did in my life was always culturally motivated.
Okay.
You know, my whole work as a journalist
Right.
started out that way.
Oh, right.
And you know, I went on to be a part of the team that founded The Voice.
Okay.
And you know, I was the first editor of The Voice.
Excellent.
And we had a very cultural approach to how we were going to develop that paper.
Right.
You know, it was going to be our story.
Indeed.
Right. And moving into theatre it's the same motivation, you know. I need to tell our story.
Yes,
you know, I need to get our story out.
Yes, indeed. Because so many times there, Flip, is we're hearing other people tell us our story. And it's really about time that we perhaps told our own story. But lots of times we don't always know what it is.
Yeah, our story has been hidden and it's been rearranged.
Yes,
And
rearranged.
A lot of people would like to see it erased.
Yes,
But,
yes.
you know, give thanks. There's still the committed who are going to make sure that we hear
Indeed.
that story. And
Yeah.
you have to tell that story on a lot of different platforms. You know?
Okay.
Not just in the theatre.
Right.
Not just on the screen.
Okay.
You know, we got to write our books.
Yes.
You know, we got to find ways of cultural awareness. You know, we
Yes.
have to be aware of who we are. You know?
Right, right.
And
What do you think? What do you think, Flip, that's going to do for us? Is it going to make us angry people? You know, my people were enslaved. My ancestors were enslaved. Is it just going to make us angry?
no, well, I mean, I think Roots did that.
Yes.
Did that to me.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But no, the thing with Heroes is that I think you see the good and you see the bad, because we've also achieved a lot.
Right.
You know, we've also set a lot of standards.
Okay.
And when you celebrate that against the suffering, you get a balance of, you know, what it is.
Yes.
Our story is not all about slavery.
Indeed.
It was long before slavery. And slavery has long been abolished, and we still have a long way to go.
Yes.
And, you know, the story still has to be told.
I love when you make a point of saying that slavery isn't necessarily our story. It's a very small part, it's a very significant part,
Very significant.
but that isn't our sum total.
Right.
If we look back a little bit before slavery, what do you think, looking at any part of the empire you choose to look at, with the Benin Empire, whatever empire, where do you get your most inspiration from? Because there's so many positives, as you say, and there's the ancient kingdoms, majestic ancient kingdoms, and which ones do you look at and think, wow, that's amazing, if I lived in those times, you know?
Well, I think the great kings like, you know, Imhotep, who, you know, these were individuals of, you know, way beyond our thinking. We, you know,
Yes.
they were bright people.
Right.
They created a system that the world could follow and
Indeed.
exist in. You know,
Yes, yes.
because you know sometimes we're our own worst enemies, and to create systems that can last for centuries.
I know.
You know, I mean, you had to be extraordinary people.
Extraordinary.
And as I said, I would never present myself as a historian.
Sure.
But I am always impressed by achievement.
Yeah, well, you have to be.
you know,
have to
think that our forefathers built those pyramids are still
know.
standing there today.
Yes, yes.
I mean, just that alone, saying, yeah, you know, we've been here, we did it, it's still there,
Yes,
and yet still, we're not recognized for having done that. It's so a lot of us don't even know.
I
And
agree.
That's a frightening thing.
yes. It's very, very sad.
Yeah.
Well, where do you think this saying has come about, that black men or black people, they're slow and they're lazy? There's this sort of saying that's what they are. But you know, you just said there about the pyramids and all the other exploits. I mean, the two don't marry at all. I mean, where did this saying come from?
I always bring it down to ignorance. You know,
Right.
Like if what you don't know and you're ignorant about,
Right.
you tend to come to the wrong conclusion every time.
Yes, yes.
And I am an advocate that to be culturally aware makes you, it gives you pride and it gives you motivation to achieve. That is my bottom line.
Yes.
On that argument. You know?
Yes.
So people who don't know will say whatever they want to say.
True.
And usually what they say is a reflection of how they think about you.
Okay.
You know, and people talk about racism, etc. I always bring it down to like racism is like a flu. You know, like flu. Wherever black people go, we're gonna catch it.
Oh gosh.
So if we're gonna, you know, how do we get around it? Do we make it stop us from achieving? Does it make us stop us from being, you know, who we can be?
Yes, yes, yes.
My answer is no, we shouldn't. There is always a way around it.
Yes,
if the Berlin Wall can come down,
I'm telling you,
then you know, we can find a way around.
Yeah.
But it has to be about awareness. They have to be aware.
Yes.
And we need to help them to become aware by celebrating it.
Yes, I agree.
You know, what are they celebrating? They get to understand, you know, and it's a process.
Yes, it is.
It's a process. No laws in Parliament is going to change it.
I so agree with you.
It is a cultural awareness program that I think this country is lacking and deserves to be supported.
It does.
With so many cultures in one melting pot. You know, there's no cultural infrastructure in this country.
Okay.
We were just chucked into this pot and say, yo, you gotta survive.
Yes.
Well, I think, as black people, we have found ways.
Okay.
And our culture gives us that because we're expressive people. Our music.
We are very much
our
so.
literature, you know.
Yes, yes.
And, but what we want to see something that will motivate our youth to achieve. Something to motivate them to identify themselves with, you know.
Yes,
like I said, when I was growing up, I was identifying with the struggle.
Okay.
Not especially with any individual.
Okay.
And as you get older, you see individuals within the struggle who you relate to.
Yes.
You know, so you know, you start to relate into X or
Right.
King because
Indeed.
you know.
Indeed. Yeah.
And as you go along, it becomes clearer to see where you're going.
Exactly.
And you know the other saying, if you don't know where you're coming from, you really don't know where you're going. You're just going with the tide.
Going with the flow. So interesting. I mean, I had to say to Kareem last week there, Flip, that when I was at school and they taught us history alongside, you know, the Henry Tudors, I mean, we learned about the cotton trade and the sugar trade. And I had to say to him, I was completely ignorant that it wasn't the cotton trade and it wasn't the sugar trade. It was actually the slave trade. But it's as though, as you said, history was rearranged, you know. And so it's only, as you say, through independent study and you look for yourself and make your own inquiries, you begin to see, okay, that has been presented to me slightly differently. But why do you think people have sort of gone to great pains that we don't know our history, or it's not apparent that we have to seek it out?
A bit of both. We have to seek it out, definitely.
Yes.
And find ways, like I say, of expressing it and getting it out there.
Yes.
But I think probably, you know, there wasn't the commitment or the individuals before who thought it was necessary.
Really?
Yeah, or who devoted their life or their work to that, you know.
Okay.
I think everybody was trying to find a foothold to survive.
Okay.
And pages went missing.
Specific pages then. Yes.
Know? And we hear stories about important black literature that has been locked away in the cellar.
My goodness.
In the libraries.
Wow.
I mean,
that's shocking.
I heard about that like 30 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
My goodness.
I don't want to get into it.
Oh no, we need to know.
But no, I mean, it was
really?
It was common word on the street amongst, you know, the movement.
Really?
At the time, yeah, that, you know, that I think someone actually got into major trouble.
Is that
for
right?
actually taking the time to go in there and exposing it.
Oh wow!
So you know, there's so many things going on that we you know, unless it investigate.
Yes, indeed.
And I think, you know, with the media opening up and with more outlets, with more people get involved in the media,
definitely.
black people as well.
Yes, yes.
There's, you know, there's going to be an ongoing revelation
Excellent.
of what has been hidden as we go along. You know?
Yeah.
It's important that we have it under control.
I agree with you, and I think with so much truth, particularly hidden truth, coming to light, perhaps our history can be part of what's coming to light, because it can only be empowering.
Yes, I mean it is. It's going to be empowering to us.
Yeah, what to us?
But
Yes.
it's going to be empowering to us as well when others realize. You know, when others realize, it becomes easier for us as well.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
and just as hard as it is for us to get them to know.
Yes.
But so you know, there is a payoff at the end of the day. But we have to keep developing. We have to keep growing. We can't just take it for granted that everybody knows now. And,
Oh, not at all. Not
you
at
know,
all.
From my surveys, I think that the demand for black heroes now is much greater than it was at any time during our past 25 years.
Is that what you found?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
And what I've got millions of emails
Wow.
from people saying, "Oh, I saw the show when I was 16.
Wow.
Now my son is 8, and I would like him to see
Oh.
it." And the other one is, "Daddy ran off and didn't tell him about his culture." And
Yeah.
he's, you know, I would like him to see the show because when I saw it, I knew how
Indeed.
the impact it had on me.
Indeed.
So it's a generation. It's become a generational project.
Indeed.
And we didn't plan that.
Wow.
But
It's
it was
bigger than yourselves, isn't
right.
it?
It was because of the demand,
Yes.
the thirst from the public
Yes.
for this information. So the demand for the show right now is greater than it's ever been.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's coming from everywhere.
Oh, well, you've got to put it on
You
then.
know,
You've
it's
got
coming
to
from
find the
everywhere.
means, haven't we? I mean, I'm just thinking, obviously it's a live show. Would you ever consider putting it on film?
We've got it on film.
You've got it on film?
We've never released it or sold it, but it's
Okay.
you know, we've recorded it.
Yes.
We will do,
Yes.
but it's a show that you go to the theater to see.
Right.
And
It's a theatre
that is
play.
where the value of it, the interaction between the audience, the
okay.
vibes, feeding off the vibes
Right.
of each other. That's, you can't capture that on the video.
It's not the same, is
No,
it?
you can capture the sound, you can capture the images, but you cannot capture that spirituality
Yes.
that
yes.
passes through that theater every
Yes.
time we perform.
Yeah.
You know, and but yeah, we'll definitely make DVDs available.
Oh yeah, I think
Probably
so.
not of the whole show, but you know,
All
little
right.
learning packages and highlights.
How long is the show altogether?
It's 2.5 hours.
2.5
from top to bottom.
hours,
Yeah. We
yeah.
can make it longer. We can make
Oh
it
my
shorter.
gosh, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, I mean, this is just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could sort of explore that as you choose, but it could possibly be a DVD, maybe have a shortened version. And I don't think that will stop people coming to see the live show
No.
at all. I
No,
mean, Tyler Perry uses this model very well. So that may be something we could look into.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do promotional
Yes.
stuff with the videos. You know?
Yes.
But using the video as a substitute for the show, it's not the same.
You don't want to substitute.
No,
It's
it's
just
not
got to
the
be alongside it, really, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I'd
and
imagine.
we're kind of proud that as a theatre show, what we have achieved with it, and we would like to achieve more. And theatre is a very important medium.
It is. It is.
to express, because traditionally it's not traditionally our medium.
That's true. Yeah.
So to get in there as a top production,
Yeah, that's amazing.
and to have the grassroots theatre audience,
Indeed.
which is mostly white people,
Okay.
seeing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah,
it's helping
yeah.
the process.
Of course.
Yeah.
And did you find the audience is a mixture of black and white? What kind of
No, at
demogra-
first it was 100% black
Yes.
for the
yeah.
first 10 years.
Okay.
But since we went to America and came back,
Yes.
we find that the audience is
Okay,
now
a bit more mixed.
Yeah.
Yes, interesting, interesting. Well, I've got my guest with me today, Flip Fraser, the producer behind the hit musical production Black Heroes in the Hall of Fame, and he's going to be with me for the next half hour. So please stay tuned. It's the Ask Patricia show here on Play Vibe. It's the Ask Patricia show. Here we are giving you what you need to live life the way you were meant to. You're listening to Ask Patricia.
Your aspirations, career goals, relationships and inner spirituality. Playvibes.com.
Amina the movie, a woman's journey into self-discovery, the blurred line between sanity and insanity.
Some freak who refuses to deal with her own life. Well, I've got news for you. I can't cope with mine either. So finish her! She'll kill me.
Star Omatola, Jalade, Akende, Will Johnson, Vincent Regan, and Van Vicker. The world premiere, Wednesday the 17th of October. The Empire Leicester Square. Tickets are available. Premier ticket hotline, www.aminamoviepremiere.eventbrite.com. £35. Premier and after party £20. Premier £20. VIP party the 17th of October. Amina the movie, Empire Leicester Square.
Musical Therapy presents Giants of Lovers Rock Part 4, Saturday the 27th of October at the Indigo 2 in the O2. This is the biggest lineup of Lovers Rock artists ever to take place in the UK. Live on stage, Janet Kay, Kofi, Carol Thompson, Sandra Cross, Vivian Jones, Victor Romeo Evans, Michael Gordon, Peter Honeygale, Marie Pierre, Sister Love featuring Ika, Sonia, Chosen Few featuring AJ Franklin, 15, 16, 17, Barry Biggs, Winsome Tradition featuring Paul Dawkins, Trevor Walters, Lavella Ellis, Eargasm featuring Dennis Pinnock, Leroy Simmons, Janet Lee Davis, Don Campbell, Adele Harley, Lady Lex and many more. Hosted by Robbie G and Eddie Nestor. Tickets are £20 available from all usual ticket outlets across London or call the 24-hour hotline 078 777 99455.
Text in now on +44 7934 54 0302.
Hi, my name is Ashley, and I am a lifesaver, and you could be too. Daniel DeGale was a normal 21-year-old who battled for many years with leukemia. During the last 18 months of his life, Daniel developed other health complications which resulted in him needing 3 to 5 units of donated blood every single week to survive. He passed away in October 2008 from multiple organ failure. Every minute of every day, someone somewhere needs blood for life-saving treatment. Shockingly, just 0.4% of blood donors are black, yet black individuals rely on blood for many things, as part of their treatment for many cancers, sickle cell anemia patients, during childbirth, major surgery and other life-threatening conditions. From Monday 1st to Wednesday 31st of October, the ACLT will mark Daniel's passing with Daniel DeGale Blood Donation Month. This is an opportunity for the black and ethnic minority community to show that we can help make a difference together. Please stop, listen, and understand the need for more blood donation. If we fail to react to this challenge now, the situation will become even worse. To book an appointment to donate blood near your home or work, please call the National Blood Service on 0300 123 2323, quoting code R20. For more information, visit the ACLT website at aclt.org to see how you can join me in being someone's hero.
Eat, Eat, Eat. Education, Africa Teachings, Youth to Ghana, fundraising screening of the story of Lovers Rock. Join EAT's founder, Sister Dr. Sandra Richards, Director Menelik Shabazz, and celebrity guests as we raise funds to take our youth back to our roots on Sunday, 21st of October at the Heritage Inn, 301 Cricklewood Broadway, London, NW2 6DG.
For tickets, call Lady Paulette on 07958 288 438 or the Heritage on 0208 208 2483.
Sponsored by the Heritage Inn, Sun Ra Films, and me and the Village Productions International, because it takes a village.
Follow us on Twitter for the latest updates at playvyBZ.com. Remember to spell it out. playvyBZ.com. Add us on Facebook. Search Play Vibes Live. That's Play VYBZ Live.
Gladesmore Community School presents Everybody Dreams.
Forget about what you think. We found a place to be where everybody
song for Tottenham, London and the world. Please help us top the charts this summer with our song Everybody Dreams, that shows the positive side to where we live, learn and love.
Can we get Everybody Dreams to number one?
Please support.
Hi, this is Anthony David, and I support the Everybody Dreams campaign, so playvibes.com, the platform for authentic, creative expression, supporting young Londoners and fulfilling their dreams. Playvibes.com.
Your aspirations, career goals, relationships, and inner spirituality. Playvibes.com.
You're listening to Ask Patricia.
in our hearts today, yeah. Love has found its way in our hearts today. When your love is beautiful, there's nothing that can go wrong. When two hearts beat together, it's like an everlasting song. It's like an everlasting song. The moon shines over yonder, yeah. And it makes me feel so fine. I'm so thankful, baby, that Jah has made you mine. I'm so thankful that Jah has made you mine. 'Cause love has found its way in our hearts today. Love has found its way in our hearts today. In our hearts today. And all your tenderness, I said all your tenderness, yeah. Oh lady, you made me so very happy. Even the blind man could see that love can be so beautiful. Love that's meant to be. Oh love that's meant to be. 'Cause love has found its way in our hearts today. Love has found its way in our hearts today. In our hearts today.
Dennis Brown, and before that, Money in My Pocket. It's the last few moments of the Ask Patricia show here on Play Fives, of course with my guest Flip Fraser. Now, Flip, we've been talking about just during the break here, just the achievements of black people despite the struggle. Now, really, with the impact and the potential influence of a production like Black Heroes in the Hall of Fame, the way it can really inspire and help to build the community, it's so sad to know we are still looking for backers for this type of production. Now, I'm really just hoping there are people listening today that will really be inspired and say, let me see what I can do. Because we're really looking at business owner. What kinds of people do you feel this would, you could sort of cross-relate with and sort of cross-reference here and really get something good done?
Well, I think, you know, people have like thinking, you know, people who believe that it is important for us to express.
Yes.
And for us to educate. And for us to make everyone aware of who we are, you know, what we've done. It's a celebration, you know. Black Heroes is really a celebration.
Yes.
And there is no better place to get an inspiration from than from a celebration.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in contact with so many people who said, you know, I saw the show and boy, it inspired me to become a lawyer.
Isn't that
great?
It
inspired me to become a journalist.
Yeah.
It inspired me to take my dancing seriously.
Wow.
My singing seriously, whatever. So it's that celebratory aspect that creates that, you know, wanting to achieve. And yeah, I think black businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably not a cultural or traditional thing.
Okay.
For them to be sponsoring.
Sure.
But we have to, look, one help the other.
Of course.
One, each
of
one
course.
teach one.
Yes.
And the demographics of what, the people who come and see Black Heroes this is the market. These are the people that we're selling to. These are the people that we're trying to attract into our businesses.
Okay.
So why not support it? I mean, you have access to the audience.
Precisely.
We have grown from 1,000 seater theaters.
Right.
When we went to America, we were playing in 4,000 or 5,000 seaters.
Wow, amazing.
So it's once the opportunity is there,
yes,
the market will respond.
Indeed.
And we are theater producers.
Okay.
We are entertainment producers.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it than just theater and entertainment, but that's what we're good at.
Okay.
We need business people. We need people with expertise in other areas.
Right.
To help us make it grow.
Yes,
we're not businessmen. We're not.
Okay.
We're not marketers.
Yes. You need a whole team, don't
Right.
you? You need the right team behind you.
And this is a good time to say thanks to everybody who has been part of the Black Heroes team for the past 25 years. All the performers, everybody who has contributed to it, because that's what really made the show,
Oh, wow.
The people who've been in the show.
Fantastic.
The effort that they put in.
Yes.
The high level of talent that they come and display. And we have achieved something, and we are at the point where, like I said, the demand for the show is greater than any time. And we could use the knowledge and the experience that we gained over the years to put it back on the road and make it become profitable and meaningful for generations to come.
Exactly.
So that is why we need to do it.
Indeed. So did you find, obviously I know it's international, not just in the UK, so when you were in America, were the people just as hungry, just as fascinated?
Well, probably even more,
Even more?
Yeah, because I think that there's a genuine shift in that direction in America.
Wow.
Where black people really, they really look to celebrate who they are and what they've done,
Yes.
And there's a hunger for, a cultural hunger that probably doesn't exist here.
Yes.
But saying that, they were fascinated to know that we could stay in England and come up with an idea like this.
Really?
So, yeah, we got a lot of kudos for, like, how could you guys stay in England? We didn't even know black people were in England.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah,
They actually said that?
Well, believe it or not, yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, so it's a matter of...
Oh, my gosh.
It's all about awareness. So many black people in America did not know that there was such a large black community here.
Wow.
And you'd be surprised. They're
It's
just not
amazing.
aware. They're just not aware of it. I'm not saying that it's not, the information is not there, but they weren't aware.
It's not
of
sort of common knowledge. You can't assume
and
everyone.
then what Heroes did was like, whoa, how did you guys stay over there and think of all this shit, man? Because a lot of the heroes are Americans,
right? Yes.
And it was like, well, so we've done something, we have achieved something.
Indeed.
And like I keep saying, it's about awareness.
Yes.
The more you know, the less ignorant you become, and the easier it is to be peaceful, to find peace and harmony.
I like that.
Yeah, with yourself and with the community, with the people around you.
I love that.
And what can I say? I mean, Black History Month, we need to keep supporting it. We need to see the importance. Yeah, it's only 1 month, so let's use that 1 month and really, put on some meaningful projects.
Indeed.
Let's use that month to show that we are all together in supporting our culture, to promoting our history, promoting our heritage, and the fact that we're proud of it. If we're not proud of it, nobody is not going to be proud of it.
Nobody else
for
will
us.
be, will they?
Right.
so true. I was just thinking as you were speaking there, because I think we said this off air. You went when you were studying in America. There, you were at the same school of learning as the legend Oprah Winfrey herself.
Tennessee State University.
Indeed,
right
indeed,
there in Nashville. Yeah,
indeed. So even then, I suppose it was just not a surprise that she would be where she is today.
Well, she was a campus queen, you know, and she was a big personality on campus.
Wow.
And everyone knew she had a great future in media.
Ahead of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
As I said, in that time, in the 80s, you know, the early 80s in America.
Of course, yeah.
It was late 70s, early 80s. There were a lot of affirmative action programs.
Okay.
That made it possible to fast track into certain areas.
Yes,
and media was one of those that was quick to respond.
Okay.
And Oprah was fitted all the, she ticked
all
the
the
right
boxes.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
And the good thing is that she did so well.
Oh yes.
So I think what she's done, she's left a path for us to follow and do just as well. You know, and not just in America, but she's left a footprint that
she certainly has. She certainly has. I mean, they talk a lot about it. People that do like personal development, you know, or NLP, we like to talk about modeling people. You know, they say success leaves clues, so it doesn't happen just by accident. It's not random. You know, there's a certain path, and if you look at somebody who's doing something that you would like to do, have a look at their path and the steps that they have used and to get where they are. So as black people then, and as you've obviously chosen certain black heroes, I mean, is there one that you look at that you admire their path in particular?
My personal hero is Bob Marley.
Bob Marley,
my generation. Yes. Bob is my hero, you know.
Right.
For so many reasons, you know. Bob was not just for me like a musician, you know.
Really? Why do you say that?
Bob is a prophet. Bob is a philosopher. Bob was a personality that was, you know, a one-off. And if you listen to Bob's music is always about what's going to happen.
Okay.
You know, it's about what's going to happen, and it will live forever because of that. And it's about confrontation, about struggle, about not being afraid to face up, you know, to stand up for your rights, you know, fight, you know.
Yes.
Don't be a chicken and back off in the corner, you know. So to me, Bob was a serious voice of revolution.
Oh wow.
A serious voice of the struggle. And I respect him for that, you know.
Do you know, I've called him I called him a song prophet actually, because I think he was, and because, you know, he was a social commentator. He wasn't just singing songs to amuse us or to entertain us. He really, I don't want to use the word conscious, but he was, and he really gave us a different way of looking at things and looking at ourselves. And he was, as you say, quite controversial, but using the medium of music, people listened to him.
And his music was so good. You know, I mean,
the music helped.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the music was so good. But I mean, Bob, as I said, a lot of Bob's work was very prophetic.
Yes.
And the actual things, I mean, what he did with the peace concert, trying to unite Siaga and Manley in Jamaica.
Indeed.
At a time of high tension. I mean, to me, he wasn't spurred on to do it. It was something he just felt he had to do.
Okay.
Because it was all in line with, you know, what he was singing about.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Bob went to Zimbabwe, and, you know, told the people that, you know, you have to get up and liberate yourself. You know, they did.
Do you think, Flip, that we have musicians of that ilk now, or are people making music to make a quick buck?
Well, you know, music has taken so many different turns along the highway, you know.
Okay.
I started out in the music business.
Did you now? You've done quite a lot.
Yeah, that's where I started. I started promoting music from the early days, like Sharon Forrester, the Heptones, Dennis Brown, Fred Lux, Israel Vibration, Ras Michael and the Sons
my
of
gosh.
Negus. You know,
Okay.
yeah, so it was there breaking the ice for reggae music in the early days. And music has gone down a lot of different roads.
Right.
A lot of different avenues, you know. But at the end of the day, it's a universal language. It will always be heard.
Yes.
It will always be shared.
Indeed.
It will always be appreciated, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
And there will be artists who will have the ability, the charisma,
right,
and the right lyrics.
Well, that's what counts.
You know,
that's what counts.
That will be able to express this and carry on. But as I said, the difference now with music, it's gone on a commercial path, which you have to join just to survive.
That's what it seems like.
You have to
That's
join,
what it seems.
right, to survive, you know. And it's still going. There's still gonna be a lot more changes as we go along.
Do you reckon so?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah. You know, marketing and promoting music now is an ever changing scenario. It's not static like in my days. You take it to the radio station, you get the radio station to play.
It's not that simple.
No, it's not that simple anymore. Yeah.
What can I say? There's lots of lessons for us to learn here, Flip, certainly. All right, well, listen, we've got about a minute or two to go. And do you know what? We haven't really spoken about a particular black hero. Even though we're talking about black hero, we haven't really picked on one in particular, have we? But we've kind of talked about, you know, the general accomplishments, haven't we?
This is the problem when I have 75 there and you said pick one.
It's very hard, isn't it?
Very hard. You know,
very hard.
So I say praises to the 75 of them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But
well,
I would say Bob is my personal hero, and Marcus Garvey, of course. But
yes,
it will take a whole program to just even start talking about anyone for me, you know.
Yes.
Because there's so many different angles that.
Yes.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, there, Flip Fraser, it's been a real delight and an education to have you with me here on the Ask Patricia show, learning such a lot, and really I'm inspired. And also, I'm just really hoping and praying that the right people are listening, and if they're not listening, they know somebody, they know someone who can help. Absolutely.
Somebody.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works, isn't it?
Helps. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
What I'll do, I'll keep you informed of our progress as we develop this plan.
Yes.
Because we're trying to put together an investment plan.
Perfect.
That would be attractive to potential investors.
Excellent.
So,
excellent.
Like I said, we're not really looking for handouts. We're not looking for freeness, you know.
Right, yes.
We're looking to give people a chance to actually, you know, support something and make some money as well.
Indeed. All right, it's looking good. Well, let me tell you, thank you one more time for coming down today, Flip, and joining me here on the show. And listeners, thank you for joining me this Tuesday afternoon in the Play Vibe studio. You know you can find me here again next Tuesday. But if you can't wait till then, you know I'm back here Thursday night, and it's Love Talks with my co-presenter all the way there in Hollywood, California, Rael Sims, and we are talking black sexuality in this month of Black History. So join me 10 p.m. Play Vibes, your platform for authentic creative expression. I'll see you then. You're listening to Ask Patricia.
Oh yeah. Oh. I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trenchtown, over observing the hypocrites, mingling with the good people we meet. Good friends we have, good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. Dry your tears, I'll say. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Said I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trench Town, Trench Town. And then the Georgie would make the firelights. I say love would burn in fire through the nights, through the nights. Then we would cook cornmeal porridge, of which I'll share with you, with you. My feet is my only carriage, and so I've gotta push on through. No woman, no cry. Oh, no woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 Everything's gonna be alright.
Your aspirations, career goals, relationships, and inner spirituality. Playvibes.com.
Amina the movie, a woman's journey into self-discovery, the blurred line between sanity and insanity.
Some freak who refuses to deal with her own life. Well, I've got news for you. I can't cope with mine either. So finish her! She'll kill me.
Star on Matola, Jalade, Akende, Will Johnson, Vincent Regan, and Van Vicker. The world premiere, Wednesday the 17th of October, the Empire Leicester Square. Tickets are available. Premier ticket hotline, www.aminamoviepremiere.eventbrite.com. £35. Premier and after party, £20. Premier, £20. VIP party on the 17th of October. Amina, the movie, Empire, Leicester Square.
Follow us on Twitter for the latest updates at playvybz.com. Remember to spell it out. playvybz.com.
Set your